Well, here we are again for round 2. I'll try and not make it as long as I did yesterday. That took hours to upload, and I'm doing it in HD. I should really do it in SD, I suppose, but there we go. At the beginning of this video I've actually got the shot of what I'm looking at, which you can actually see this time, rather than because it had gone dark outside and the sun's just on its way down. Well, it's behind clouds at the moment, going down behind the mountain. And I've been listening to some music, and I'm missing me Alex Jones again, although I like to keep that for the weekend, because unless there's something goes down somewhere like Vegas or Parkland or something like that, they're quiet till Sunday evening. Well, some little critters bitten me. The mosquitoes out here are tiny compared to ones in UK, or the ones I've seen around the world really, but they don't give you a bite. Anyway, it's been a pleasant day. My aunt and uncle were down earlier on. He's a big, he's 85. He's a big sailing buff, and we were talking about naval things and sailing, and I was asking him about various things about yachts. He's not a motor cruiser man. He has to be sails and all the rest of it. And it got me thinking. He many years ago, I suppose it was in the late 40s, no, middle 40s, he wanted to be or join the Navy. He never managed that, and I mentioned that because he wanted it bad, really bad, and I mentioned to him that I had the same thing. I think it was from when I was about 6. I knew I was going to join the army, and I knew what regiment I was going to join. Believe it or not, it was from an action man uniform that my mum and dad bought me. My brother got a household cavalry lifeguard one, red, the red uniform, with the tin hat and the white plume, and I got a 17th 21st Lancer uniform for me action man. And I have actually something to show you here, if you just bear with me. This is not my original berry, but it's been through, I think I got this one in 1991, and it's been on operations with me ever since. I mean, I don't do that anymore, but there it is. 17 21st Lancers. Let's give you a good look at it. Death or glory, basically. It's a bit battered. Leather band, it's gone now. It's a bit old dusty, but I've kept it with me ever since. And I mentioned to my uncle earlier on that's what I knew I was going to do. I was in boarding school in the 70s, 1974 to 1979. Well, I am dyslexic, so I didn't do very well at school, as in academics, but I knew what I was going to do, and I knew I was going to join the cavalry. For him, unfortunately, his Navy aspirations didn't work out, but in later life, and he's 85 now, he's sailed all over the place, Mediterranean, English Channel, North Sea, the Baltic, across to America, and he got to do his sailing thing in the end, but he got to do it as captain. So it's probably just as well he didn't join the Navy. I think I went for the military, the cavalry thing, though they tried to talk me out of it, because on the aptitude test I got in Sutton Coldfield, Birmingham, UK, you were offered 4 pieces of paper after your aptitude test. I got all 4, and I could have been a helicopter technician, I could have joined the REME, Royal Electrical Mechanical Engineers, I could have joined anything, but I was a confirmed tankman for the regiment you just saw, and I wasn't going to change course, and I didn't, and in the end I did. Joined in August 1980, left onto the reserves in 84, came down where I am now, actually, into Gibraltar, worked the docks on the cranes and various other jobs with Shand, Irish company, rebuilding the docks and whatever, but I eventually ended up in the cranes in the dry docks there. And in 1986 I rejoined the colours, flew out of Gibraltar, back to UK, had Christmas, and then January 87 I was back with the regiment. Nothing had changed. It was like just stepping in after a 2.5, 3 year sabbatical, shall we say. But the one thing I enjoyed about it was, unlike most European countries, the wall was up still. Of course, the Berlin Wall was still up then, and US forces, British forces, cavalry, tended to live on the vehicles, either on the back decks or with a tarpaulin over the gun, with the gun rear, or on a bivvy on the side. And like our US counterparts, we used to come across every now and again that used to put a tented camp up, and they might as well have had a McDonald's there. I don't know when McDonald's were around then, but they might as well. But we lived on the vehicle, so the 4 crewmen on the vehicle, commander, loader, gunner, driver. I was a driver, though we went through trade training for all the trades on the vehicle, unlike our counterparts who didn't, the Americans. So you got to know each other's jobs and get paid for it as well. I've got number 7 up there. And you got very, very tight knit, and we used to laugh. They used to say it's family regiment, but it was. I'm not going to mention names, but we had 3 brothers from the same family, of course, in the unit, in the regiment, all in the same squadron, I might add. My squadron, B squadron. I went through most of my career most of my service life with B squadron, ended up in C squadron at the end, but it was family regiment. I used to babies.
Do you want these windows left open?
Yeah, please, yeah.
Oh, Toby, you silly little man. You've nearly got made into half a dog.